What's going on, all you Hasbro fans out there? Your two favorite wild beasts are back tonight, and we're reviewing a summer blockbuster that has just hit theaters a couple weeks back. Michael Bay originally put out the original Transformers film, and this is what is it, the fifth or sixth film in this franchise?
Seventh
Wow,
film,
seventh, you don't say. Holy cow.
the seventh film in the
Wow.
Transformers franchise. That's what we're talking about tonight. Transformers: Rise of the
Rise of the
Beasts.
Beasts.
Maybe there's another way to save our home.
You've never faced anything like this. Let them come.
That's right. We were huge fans of the first three films that came out. I remember seeing those. I think a few of those with you in the theater. Shia LaBeouf, Sam Witwicky, the great character in that, Megan Fox back then. And then it leads to the seventh film. A few of them with Mark Wahlberg, never saw him. I saw Bumblebee with Haley Stanfield was pretty good. But this is a brand new film, takes place in the early 90s. Essentially, you have the Transformers, you have the Maximals, they're part robot, part animal, the gorilla, rhino, a cheetah, all of them. And they're joining forces with Optimus Prime and the Autobots to take out a big bad guy.
A cool film. I'm not familiar with this part of the Transformers universe. I remember watching the cartoon a lot as a kid. I don't remember the Maximals or anything, but the concept's cool, and it makes sense that there's robotic animals now and just makes sense for the franchise. It's on its seventh film. It's got to try something new, shake it up. And why not go back to the 90s, which we loved. A lot of great 90s references in this movie. The soundtrack's lit, a lot of good rap songs, and gets you in the mood. And a fun lead character played by Anthony Ramos to follow along with and go on this adventure with. It's a story that's been done over and over again. It feels like it's the same plot for every Transformers movie. There's something that the evil robots and Transformers have to get a hold of. This one, a key that basically opens up other dimensions and allows them to have the power of the universe, you can say. I probably just made all that information up, but it also is actually the plot. So go figure. But we're not watching these movies for the plot. And if you are, you need to go watch something else. You're watching it for the awesome CGI, how the robots look, the fun Transformers, the new characters that they introduced. And I had a lot of fun with the new characters. There's some voices I recognized. Mirage, I recognized Uncle Pete Davidson. Voicing that character. He throws in some funny jokes that Pete Davidson would throw in there. Of course, there's going to be a dick joke or two. Just a movie, about a guy that comes across the Transformers, is thrust into this big adventure. He's a former soldier. He has a younger brother that really looks up to him, and he has to go into this Transformers universe and help them defeat the evil Transformers.
Yeah, that's the Terrorcrons, not the Decepticons. I thought of, but they kept bringing that up, and they all kind of work for Unicron, which is like a planet munching monster Unicron. So the Terrorcrons are, trying to take down the Autobots and taking down the Maximals, and it's this big fight leading up to it. And all it has to do with this key that's separated. If they bring the key together and gets in the hands of Unicron, the world's over. They're going to blow everything up, and that's basically the setup of the film. And Noah, being that ex-military, really down on his luck, trying to find a job in New York. His brother's sick, so they're up the ass in medical bills. So he's trying to find a job to pay for his brother. Gets thrown in the shady sort of deal where he comes across the Transformer, which is basically a Porsche. He steals it and it transforms, and it sets up the story. He's like, "Oh my God, you're a robot!" So that sets up him and Mirage's relationship, and then introducing the rest of the Autobots, which we're all familiar with past movies and stuff like that. But really cool setup, and what's on the line.
Some really cool action sequences when they go to the planet of the Maximals. I really liked how they did that. We meet up with the one that flies, the Rhino, the Maximus Primal, the leader of that whole crew. I really liked all the new characters. They were cool to see. just to see him out in action. That's really what you're watching these movies for. It brings you back to being a kid and playing with the action figures, watching the cartoons. And that's how I felt watching this movie. It's not something that you need to pay your full attention to get all the plot details. You're watching for the action, and it delivers on that. And it's fun enough to keep you interested the whole time. And, I didn't have any expectations going in. I wasn't really looking forward to the film at all, but I'm glad I checked it out and I had fun with it. For a seventh movie in the Transformers franchise, I thought it did a really good job of, setting it up for possible future installments. And I even like that little tease that they did at the end, that cool little Easter egg drop with another thing that's Hasbro related that you guys will all understand after you see it. So, yeah, I had a lot of fun with Transformers Rise of the Beast.
Another pop culture phenomenon back in the 1980s, that little crossover, them setting that up at the end of the film, which I didn't expect. So I don't know what they plan on doing with that, but I'm definitely on board with that because huge fan of Hasbro, especially back then with cartoons and action figures and everything. It was really fantastic. I had no desire to go see this movie. My 8-year-old son loves Transformers. He's like, let's go see it. So I'm like, okay. Had no expectations, really. Haven't seen the last few films. So I'm like, whatever. And had a great time with it. Went in for a summer blockbuster, lighthearted, funny. Not a lot of cussing in it, so it's good for kids. Adventure, going on this adventure together, bringing these different robots together to take out evil. It's nothing new, but it's a fun time at the movie theater, especially if you have kids. I'm interested to see where they take this. More movies coming out. I'll definitely go see it in the theater. Surprise hit for me. Fun time in the movie theater and great chapter in the Transformers franchise. So that being said, I'm going to give Transformers Rise of the Beast, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 Anthony Ramos hair pieces.
A lot of fun in this movie. I had a blast. Felt like going back to the old days when I was a kid watching the Transformers. Had a blast. I haven't seen the last 2 or 3 Transformers movies. The last one that I think we watched together was it wasn't very good at all. It was overly long, so it kind of got me out of the franchise. But going back to this, I was, pretty happy with it and excited. Hopefully they stick to this era. The 90s theme really worked well for it because that's when the cartoon and all that was going on when we were watching it back when we were kids. So the nostalgia, it got me in all the right places. And that is why I'm giving Transformers Rise of the Beast a 3.5 out of 5 Michael Bay hair pieces. Action.
So I want to hear from all you wild Decepticons out there. What did you like about Transformers Rise of the Beast? What didn't you like about it? What's your favorite film in the franchise? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to click subscribe. Also, check out these wild Shia LaBeouf impersonators on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and our website, Cinephellas.com, for the latest, greatest TV, movie news and reviews.
Man, those Cinephellas are more than meets the eye, you could say.
No!
Easy, Sam Witwicky. Maybe they can get Shia LaBeouf back down the line sometime. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
See him take it serious and go back and do something in the Transformers universe. That'd be cool to see because he's came a long way since those first couple of films. So we shall see where this franchise goes. If it's anything about what they teased at the end of the Rise of the Beasts, I'm all for it. It'd be fun. It'd be a fun way to weave those 2 franchises together and keep it fresh for all the kids out there and for us when we take our kids, on like a Saturday matinee. A lot of fun.
Yeah, hopefully Stephen Cable Jr. directs the next film as well. We forgot to mention his name, but really fantastic young director. He did Creed 2 and some other films, but it had a really nice, new and refreshing, take on this. It's in good hands. Hopefully he'll take on the next one. We'll see what happens with that.
So thank you guys for watching our review of Transformers Rise of the Beasts. Till next time. Cheers.
Cheers.